stand come with the spoon, and your boy Friday the South and band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna.
I want to greet you again and say thanks for this opportunity. All of you, faculty and leaders of this great institution. We haven't been here this afternoon. Why education? I was born of illiterate parents, never went to school. And out of 5 boys, I'm the only one who went to school. And I would say almost nobody sent me. I started working from grade school, high school, college, all the way. Never had a vacation. I had to stay to work. My livelihood, my mother was a handicap and no father to look at. So it's because of education that I'm here today. And so education means a lot to character building, to individual building, to nation building. And so we want to thank you all for the opportunity. Maybe you don't know, to let you know that you are making the greatest of contribution to the world, and we believe in that. As a matter of fact, it's one of the things that I want to talk about in the future. Now we start preparation if we're going to go into those things there at an early stage. The leadership was not really prepared for election. They were very reluctant in everything, but we were determined, and the Liberians were determined to make sure that they rescue their country. And so we went into it, and thank God we're here. We're not here because we wanted to be president, but even with a program with the consortium of universities, we lost sight of that bit because everything became political. The president of the University of Liberia, I went to Arizona, and we had an offer to work with the community colleges. I invited him. He was not interested because he was someone in opposition. That's the problem of our country. We don't see country. And that's what I said. Our politics is not about the next election, it's about the next generation. We want to see our country move out. We have a lot of resources that are taken out of our country that we cannot account for. All we talk about, on July 26th, Liberia will be 177 years. I'm ashamed to talk about that. One time I had to Lake Dr. Sawyer. What do we celebrate? Is it age or achievement? And he couldn't answer the question. And so, as I am always thinking about Liberia, and I got up one day, I got up in the middle of the night, and I wrote, "Think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia." Because when you think about something, you love it, you contribute to it. And so that had become the slogan. Then we came up with arrest. First, I didn't want to have 2 hours because I didn't want for people to think I would after people to have them arrested. So we have, some people insisted we put a second hour for the rule of law. So we have agriculture, we have roads, because with all of the years we have, with all of the good things we have in Liberia, you can't get to them. Then the rule of law, education, right in the middle there, sanitation linked to health, and tourism, of which we have enormous opportunity compared to other places. As a matter of fact, I received invitation last night, upon arrival, that there will be a group of, I don't know how many people from where, going to Liberia for surfing. I'm told we have some of the best conditions for surfing, and just the beginning of it. So we are here today to underscore the need, the desire to work with all of you to improve the educational standard of our country. When people talk about Africa, with all due respect, you look at our flag, it looks like yours. I don't know whether you copied from us or what. But I'm sure we've been related for a long time. You say Liberia, they say America. There's no way you can get it. In this country, we have more than 500,000 Liberians. When you don't bring Liberians here, they haven't gone anywhere. They can go anywhere. They have to come to America. But then again, sometimes I come here and I tease them. I say, the Americans say we shall welcome, and Liberians say we shall come over. Because we have everything there. What we need is education and love of our country to improve upon what God has given us. Not that we won't be coming here, but at least we'll come here to share knowledge too. And so today, we're very happy to be here again after many years of our visit here with Madam Savannah looking right at me. And we've been together to discuss education, Liberia. This is a country where when people put up a building, they call it a school. A school is not a building, it's a people. A hospital is not a building, train people. That's what we need to show. And we would like to work with you. We are trying to even now our diaspora relations, and I see one of my very big supporters back there, because we want to build relationship with our people here. We got a lot of people here. I like to see in Liberia a lot of people who I call sometimes retired but not tired, who can go over there, render about 3 months of service. Some of them are around looking for pay, but an opportunity to contribute and be recognized. So today, I'm happy that we're here, and I'm quite upset with stopgap. You start something, go on with it. Day in, day out, we meet visitors, people talking about investment here and there. And I have learned to tell them, I don't believe in NATO, no action, talk only. When you talk, you move and do something. And that's what we were here for. I want to thank you. We look up to you for this great partnership. And once we start, let's continue so that even some of our, before I came, I launched the digital program for Liberia for the 15 countries because sometimes we believe that the capital is all that matters. But every child in the country is trained to be a Liberian to serve that country. And so these are the kind of programs that we want to work with. These are the programs that want for you to help us. You are our DHL. We make the pronouncement and you tell us how to do it. Thank you and God bless
Code of conduct. Who are in government holding political party position must resign.
They must resign.
The code of conduct in part 5.
Maybe you need to come back.
Yeah. The code of conduct says once you are appointed by the president, you are not supposed to be in political party management. If you are a chairman, you co-chair, you secretary, you treasurer, you chaplain of a political party, that's political party management. If we're going after people for violating the code, on one count, we cannot be violating the code on another count.
Okay.
I'm demanding, this is a general code. The next time I come here or anywhere and I have to do this, I will call name of those who must do so. They know themselves already.
Yes, sir. A special one from the sea.
Okay, so welcome again. Thanks for joining us here tonight on the Late Night Show, the Late Night Politics on Spoon. We are live across the Spoon Network, Spoon 107.5 FM, Fabric 101.1, Super 95.5, and other frequencies across the country. Thanks to all of you that are here with us tonight. Of course, the Late Night Show is where we get to talk about the happenings in the country, bring you up to speed with what the issues are in the country, provide you objective analysis on those issues every single day, and then we afford you the opportunity to have your say on those issues as they unfold. And I'd like to say welcome. Thanks to all of you for joining us tonight. My name is Nelson Colette. Let me just bring Francis Jabate on. I see he's already in the background. Francis, thanks for joining us, man. Welcome to the show tonight.
Thank you, Nelson. It's good to be here. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to our folks, wherever you are. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me again.
Okay, so I don't know, for some reason, you're coming in a bit low. Can you hear me?
Wait, hold on 1 second. Let me see if it's my volume. No, my volume is up. Okay, can you hear me?
Okay, if your volume is up, then I think I can. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Okay, so I think I can handle this. All right. So, but it's good to be here, man, tonight, Francis. It's a good thing that we're on. Nowadays, we're trying to make some adjustments with our time. We will have our audience know once we are all set and good to go. But we're gradually making some adjustments so that we start earlier and end up earlier for the folks out there. So, it's a good thing that we're here again tonight. The weekend has been on, and of course, lots of things have been happening since the start of since the weekend and moving on to now. We will talk about those issues. But Francis, you want us to welcome a few of our folks here? Maybe for just 1 minute, we could welcome just few persons in the comment section before moving on to the show tonight.
Absolutely. Justin Mason Poi, welcome. Archie Parkinson, welcome. Moses Momolu, welcome. Konison A. Conan Senior, welcome. Morris G. Kakura, welcome. Mukarin Mustafa Kiazulu, welcome. Nad Barmon, welcome. Gregory Barnes, welcome. My own brother Nathaniel K. Hill, welcome. Ayo Prince Kamara, welcome. Smith G. Woy Senior, welcome. Miss Blessing, welcome. Arthur Loyon, welcome. Mary Ann Harvey, welcome. And Uncle Stemi, welcome. And we have Sarah McKinney. Okay, now coming up, Momo Nelson, welcome. I think that's the last one I see.
Miss Blessing said I shouldn't I shouldn't come here tonight with my bias. I should be balanced. I don't know.
Miss Blessing always going at everybody.
Yeah, you know the good thing about the comment section is that, and I've always told people the comment section is a whole community all by itself. The people doing their thing there, just leave them. But the beautiful thing about this comment section is that people get to say it the way they think. You know, nobody telling you say, don't say it this way, say it the other way. You just have to be polite. You can disagree. A bulk of the disagreements come from the comment section, which we appreciate. We appreciate your honest evaluations of everything we do here. But Miss Blessing, I'm not biased. I try to balance the show every time. So I find myself in the space where the guys who support the Unity Party will say that I give Vasco too much time. In fact, I'm a sedition. In fact, I'm a sedition in disguise and all of that. Then the folks who support the CDC say I am a Unity Party guy. In fact, I don't give Vasco much time. And in fact, but that's the beauty of it. But we love all of you, and we appreciate your input.
But the issue, Nelson, I think you probably, because Vasco is like the lone sedition, so you probably try to. You do give him more time. You probably try to get balance. But
so for instance, you're siding with the guys who accuse me of giving. Go ahead.
I think what they look at it. Those that are opposed to George Weah administration, there's a lot of us, regardless of which party we are from, because there are ANC people against George Weah, independent folks. So a lot of us are on here speaking up against the past administration. So it seems like everybody speaking one voice. But then the opposition, which is Vasco, or when George was coming in, you tend to want to get them equal time, which is not fair, because all of the rest of us, we are not just singing Kumbaya. We were against the CDC government, but we are still holding it administration accountable. So when you try to make it balanced by giving them more time, then it takes away from the other folks too. Then one, it dragged the show on, and two, it just looked like you're giving them more time. So we hope other citizens out there that watch us every day come on the platform. Let's debate our ideas in a friendly manner. I mean, we want to have 2, 3, 4 opposition, LP, move people, whoever, come on the platform. Let's make it diverse.
Wow. So Francis just confessed that he agrees with everything that he agrees with some of the folks.
I agree that Unity Party is in. I only say when we talk about the time, that's where they're coming from.
This Blessing, Francis is supporting what you're saying, but from a whole different angle. But that's the beauty of it, and I appreciate it when folks express themselves and say it the way they see it. That's how we get to even evaluate ourselves. But Francis, today is Monday. We don't have forever to be here, and we're gonna move straight into the show. While the rest of the, interesting thing, while we're going, the guys will be coming, and then as they're coming, we'll be leaving them here and going.
I mean, you said 2 hours, be 2 hours.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be straight on it tonight. Yeah, but let's hear from you, man. Francis, what's on your mind? You want to just do your opening quickly, then we move to the happening.
Of course, yeah. What's on my mind is, of course, the my campaign of We Are Firefighters are near and dear to my heart. We are working. We are collecting smoke alarms.
Is it 1,000 now or what?
Shoot, bro, we're not close to 1,000. We have a little over 100, But I
Oh,
will update. I think I will do weekly update maybe on Wednesday. That's what I will try to do because
yeah.
I have even a video that I did not I received after the show the last time when I sent you the picture, even though you didn't post it. But our brother Nathaniel, who's in Sweden, he purchased 50. He also sent me a video of it, and he's going to be collecting more. So as of now, we have a little over 100. So we will be working on it. I'll update on Wednesday. Every Wednesday I will update. Hopefully by this Wednesday we'll go up to 120 or so, and then we can go up to 100, 200, 300. It doesn't take long. It won't take long for us to hit 1,000. I believe we can even cross 2,000 if everybody, a lot of us decide to get involved and take it as seriously as I am and other people are taking it. And we can cross over 1,000 and we can be able to ship those smoke alarms to Liberia as soon as possible.
Talking
It's
about
free. It's free. Get to Liberia, we'll figure out how to distribute it. We'll even probably do awareness with the fire department, but I want our list with Nelson to hook that up, and we can do awareness in different communities, how to use a smoke alarm, how to change the battery, what to look for, and then we'll give it to people. 1,000 is nothing, but that's the goal for now. Hopefully we can pass 1,000. That's what we want.
Yeah, and that's a good one. And talking about that, there's a video I came across. I came across a video. In fact, not just coming across it as in maybe strolling through and then you just bump into something, right? There was this incident somewhere in Pinsville, and we're gonna get the folks. I will try to establish a contact, and so we have them here tomorrow. There was this incident in Pinsville. Again, I'm gonna withhold the name of the victims till we get them come on. So there was an attempt, in fact, several attempts on the home of a particular family. You remember there was one edition of the show, I don't know as to whether we were on radio at the time, but I think about a week ago when we discussed that issue about the videos that were surfacing about people setting homes ablaze and stuff like that.
Right.
Just what I'm talking about is something that happened somewhere in Pinsville, and we're going to have the family here. We'll talk to them. This particular home, there were multiple attempts on that home to set that place ablaze. There were evidence or pieces of evidence with regards to the people using, the one we call our matches, right? The sticks, the matches stick. People using it to try to set that home ablaze. And sometimes it's just, I have some of the videos here, but for some reason, we're going to hold on to it until we can have the family to come on. But the serious is important as much as we're talking about this whole, fire outbreak thing, and it's a good thing that you even have this campaign about fire smoke alarm, trying to raise a good number of the smoke alarms and everything. But it's important to note here, for instance, that our people need to be careful as well. At this point, it's beyond just the regular, electrical shock story we heard around. Videos and other information coming in have started to give a whole different side of this thing with fire outbreak in our country, which I think even residents of the various communities need to look up for each other on. And a lot will have to be done. Security, you have to be how do we call it? Security on security or what have you, to be able to bring down possible perpetrators, the people, the actual individuals who are beyond these things. Because I tell you what, it has gone beyond just electrical shock. It has gone far beyond just electrical shock. The information that are coming in, the videos and all of those things that are surfacing, for instance, This thing about fire is serious, and it's a good thing that you've even launched a campaign on that. And yes, so we can go on from there. But I mean, that initiative is a very good one, and I hope a lot of folks can chime in as we try to find a way around this issue here. So hopefully we will bring the folks on tomorrow. We'll talk to them, and we'll have the conversation moving on from there. But yes, lots of things happening in the country, Francis. You want to come in? Just come in a bit, Francis, while I try to make.
Yeah, but just another thing, but I've always said on this show, outside of fire, it was even mentioned during the earlier show on Spoon Talk. I'm not sure, I don't know, Ase Vatowa or the other guy. They talk about decentralization. And the only way, I believe, the only way development will happen in this country and accountability will come is for the people to have the power. And when I say the people have the power, what I mean is not just electing representatives, senators, and presidents. The local government in every county are more important or as equally as important as electing the president.
Yeah.
Because the senators and the representatives, they go to Capitol Hill, they sit there, they seek their own interests. But when you elect your superintendent and you elect your city mayor for these counties, I tell you, there will be true accountability, and also the country will start to develop. What do I mean by that? It was mentioned earlier. There is something called constructive jealousy.
Yeah.
If I'm the superintendent of Bond County, and I look at Nima County that right next door is developing at a faster pace, I'm going to be jealous. If I want to continue to remain as a superintendent, I will have to make sure my people are seeing development and seeing change taking place. But if the superintendent are not elected, they are appointed by the president. They are not accountable to the people of their counties. They are accountable to the president. So even if the president is not doing the right thing for their county, they will not say anything because the people in their county cannot remove them.
Yeah. Just conclude quick.
So basically, when our people talk about protest, they should protest against this thing. They should go back. Liberia has the money because they lied to the people saying that there's not enough money to fund these local campaigns. But that's a lie. That's a big lie. And because every budget has funding for each county, the superintendent should be responsible for that budget. The county official should be responsible for that budget. Whatever you receive from the government, you spend it and you be accountable to the government for the money they gave you. Then the superintendent and the mayor, they can run their counties and raise funds in their county from their people, just like any other part of the world. Like in the US, you have the president of the United States, you have the governor of the state of Pennsylvania or New Jersey. The governor is the equivalent of the superintendent in Liberia. And each mayor is elected. So in Liberia, if you got United Party president, you may likely get CDC's superintendent, and you can get ANC or LPP mayor for a city. So now President Parker government can lie and say, "Oh, I sent this amount of money to Bond County." When there's a CDC superintendent, the president say, "You lie, you didn't say nothing here." But when President Parker say, "I sent it to Bond County" or "I sent it to local county," the superintendent, he appointed them. They can say anything against him because he can remove them. And everybody in Liberia will protect their jobs. So once they can keep their mouth shut and the president keep them there, they will not do anything. They will not advocate for their county.
Thank you. Thank you, Francis. Well, let's just do the quick update now as we try to move into our discussion. So now it's a good thing that you were just talking about the this thing with the local government, the county superintendents, the need for those people to be elected and stuff like that. But Francis, most times whenever it comes to this, most times I want to look at things. I want to look at it from where we stand before trying to peep into the future, right? So right now, let's agree. Yes, we agree that the president, those superintendents are answerable, accountable. They can be dismissed or whatever by the president, right? They are appointed by the president. They've been nominated. The Senate confirmed those people. But what sort of difference? What sort of difference is it going to bring or to make if we're to have those people elected? Now, take for example, the presidents in our country. When these people are elected, they try to carry on some very tough, activity. They try to carry on some sort of enforcement, to bring about change and everything. The first thing that the electors will threaten them with is vote. Is votes. Now, that's why in the video we just played with the president in the US right now, when he was speaking to the folks there, he said in Liberia, elections, and I captured that. He said elections, okay, politics is about the next election. He said in Liberia, politics is about the next election. But I've always told people that politics should be about the next generation. That's President Baraka speaking there. Politics is about the next election, but he believes that it should be about the next generation. So I come back to this whole superintendent election thing you were just talking about. If we were to change this thing around, make the people accountable to the people of the county, make the superintendents accountable to the people of the county, we're going to have almost the same thing. Where maybe if this superintendent wants to enforce this policy, carry on this measure, those same people in the county will start to threaten those. Okay, as a matter of fact, it's not going to be one person contesting for the superintendent position. You're going to have more than 4 or 5 persons again contesting like we have with the presidency. So I think whenever it comes to this thing, Francis, to some extent, we ourselves, the people, Liberians, the ordinary Liberian people, our mindset has got to change. We have to see leaders, especially when we let them put them in certain position. We have to give them the space to do their job, to bring about the change that we elected them to, come up with, to those policies that they want to enforce. We have to give them the space to do so, rather than thinking about it from our personal perspective. Oh, okay, so I'm a motorcyclist. You want to remove me from the street? Okay, let's see. 2029, I will not vote for you. Or I'm a businesswoman. You want to take me from along the selling from the you want to take me from the streets where I sell. If you remove me from there, I will not vote for you the next time. We have to start to look at these things from a whole different perspective. Right? If not, we're gonna have a long way to go, Francis. We're gonna have a long way to go. Superintendents elected or not elected, this is something that we have to look at as well. I don't know what you think. What do you think?
Let me address the first question you asked before you went on with explaining the other things about what's the difference.
Yeah.
The difference here is this. And the reason I'm stressing this is because I'm out here in a developed country and I see what's going on. I know most, because, for example, the state of Florida, when is considered a red state, which is a Republican state, right? It used to be a swing state, go back and forth, but now it's a red state.
Yeah.
The governor of Florida, do you know the governor of Florida can they raise money locally on a state level, taxes, local taxes and stuff. The federal government cannot interfere into Florida issue. Even the state I'm in, New Jersey. And then we have governors. These governors make policies for their states, and there's also local representatives and senators in the state on the state level. But then you have city mayors. Let's go back to Liberia and take a look at. You think if during the last administration, if there was a unity party city mayor as the Montserrat County city mayor, and then we'll have a CDC president, do you think the people will be in the dark about what's going in the city? Because first of all, the president of the country wants to do things that will make he or she look good in the eyes of the people for the next election. So the city mayor and the superintendent of the county, when they are elected, they themselves Their jobs are in the hands of the people. So they have to do what's right for the people. In order for them to do what's right, they have to speak the truth by saying the president, there's no budget coming to us, no money coming to us from the federal government. So now United Party president cannot lie to that county and say, oh, we sent this amount when there's a CDC superintendent. And then CDC superintendent cannot lie and say they send money to Monrovia for cleanup when there's a let's say LPP Senate mayor who will say, no, you didn't give me any money to clean for people. So that's how the check and balances will come in, and counties will spend that money on what's good and best for the county. The national government does not know what's good and best for each county. Well, they are not there.
You may be right on this, and I like, but I like the point that Joseph Bendy is making in the comment section, right? And rightly so. This is a unitary state, all right? He said federalism is quite different from unitary democracy.
It's not different from...
our brother Alfred Yefanda, Mr. Yefanda, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on tonight. Let me bring the Batala board to Ray. He's coming with a blurry background. Ture, welcome to the show, man. It's good to have you on tonight. Yeah, so though you muted, but I just want us to move on.
Good to be here.
Yeah, okay. So it's good to have you on. I just want us to move on. Unless if Yafana, you want to make a quick point on this one just before we move on.
Yes, so I want to contribute about that because you see, when you are elected by the people, you try to please the people because you're thinking about the next election. If you do not do the choice of the congregation, you are not going to be re-elected according to Liberian principle because they want to work because they want to be re-elected. But you see, the point you make was about the next generation, because when you think about the next generation, you will really create an avenue that whatsoever I'm doing today, it must benefit my great-grandchildren. But then I want you to understand that if you are elected by the people, you will work to please them. But when you are appointed by the president, if the president is corrupt and the president is telling you what to do, you have to do what the president.
So where do you stand? Which side of this do you support? You think they should be appointed by the president or they should be elected?
For me, I think it's better to be elected because when you are elected, you please the congregation, you please the people that elected you. But when you are appointed by the president, you are under the president's command. So if you do not do what the president asks you to do, if even it is against the citizen of the country, you may be replaced. In my own view, I think that's what needs to be done. But then they don't look at the love of the country. To cover everything, we must have the love of the country. That is why we do not have people when they are elected, when they are voted into position, they believe in me, I, and myself. Me, I, and myself, my family members, people around me. They do not even care about the other person who is walking in the street. They do not even care about that little girl or little boy that is selling plastic water, that is selling water in the street. I went to Liberia. I saw a lot of things that really quench my body. That you see 5 years old selling water in the street. You thinking about their future. Are they going to continue selling water in the street? They make their future. You see some of them, some of the pregnant women, some of them, they are child like 17, 16 years old. Some old ladies, some old women coming to you. In fact, because of poverty, people that can even be your grandmother will call you daddy. People that somebody that can even be...
I know you want to exhaust everything, but we want to operate in time because we're gonna be off by 1:30. Let's say that's in about an hour from now. We're gonna be off, and we have a lot on the plate tonight. But I want us to move on. It's a very good thing that Francis came in with that point. And we had to make to where you want to make a quick input on this just before we move, or you want us to move ahead?
Well, let me just put a little bit in there. So basically, we're talking about election should be about the next generation, not the next election. Look, at the end of the day, we all know, Nelson, that this is a legacy project that GMB is undertaking. All right, make no mistake about that. This is a man who has absolutely no other ambition. You know, we're talking about trying to build condominium like we saw from President George Manuel. That's not JMB motivation. JMB is not motivated by accumulating wealth at the expense of the Liberian people. I think he's about a system. He's trying to lay that foundation that future generation can actually stumble on and be like, oh, they're not break to a new Liberia. I think that's his motivation, and I hope that's his motivation. You know, because for an aging state man like JMB, why that should be there? That should not actually motivate him. Then seeing a legacy that the next generation can obviously say, you know what, we had an old man that came along and changed this whole age story of Liberia, sticking her own feet in her mouth from generation to generation, because that's have been the case for us.
Okay.
You know, we have all these fixers that will come and say they're coming fix things, but they're not fixing it for
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. So you couldn't find anything else but a fixer. Anyway, you lost your broom, so now you going after the fixers. Okay, so yes, I just want us to move on because we have a lot on the plate tonight. Emmy, welcome to the show, our co-host. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Baba will hopefully join us, our co-moderator. He was involved in some minor accident. It's a good thing that he's okay. Yeah, he will hopefully join us. But now,
prayer up to Moba, man.
Yeah, certainly. So just a quick one. It's a good thing that we just thought to chime in with that county, the superintendent's election, stuff like that. So today is something very interesting happening. I don't know how to put this one. So the superintendent of Sino County is one Peter Wule Yenswe. Peter Yenswe. So the human resource officer happens to be let me, you're not muted. Can you kindly so the human resource officer of the county happens to be a guy. Emmy, can you mute? Okay, now you were about to cause. So the superintendent is Conga. His full name is Richard.
That's my son. You are hearing Nelson. We're about to cause something.
Yeah. So his full name is Richard Conga. The superintendent took office, as most of you are aware. Those guys were recently confirmed by the Liberian Senate. So he asked the human resource officer of Sino County, who is Richard Conga, to present to him the listing of personnel, the people who are within the employ. He asked him to produce the personnel listing to him, since in fact he just took over as superintendent of the county, so that he will go through it and know exactly where the county stands, so that in terms of budget and everything, they can know how to go about handling things. But just upon that request from the superintendent, this morning at about 7 p.m., not even this morning, but at about 7 p.m. in Liberian time, is okay. So we say yesterday because it was on the 13th, but in other parts of the world, it's still the 13th. At about 7 p.m., the human resource officer was found dead on his decks. His lifeless body was found. What led to his death? The county authorities say they're still investigating that. But this happened just after the request, for this particular listing to be brought before the superintendent. While we are talking about this, Most of you followed the show last evening, the one-on-one with the CEO. Senator Abraham Darius Dillon made a very great presentation last evening. One of the things he said that has taken the news is his dissatisfaction, his disappointment, and how much he frowns on the president for allegedly failing to publish his asset. Well, we could weigh in your thoughts on that. And then one final one is the report from NEMO. 100 days is now gone under this administration. So the NEMO Partner for Democratic Development released their performance report on the Unity Party's 100 days deliverables. And according to them, out of 107 promises, only 11 of those promises have been completed, constituting 10%. So the thing that the government say will do in 100 days, according to NEMO, out of the 107 promises, the government was only able to complete 11, which is like 10%. So they've rated the government 10%. But not just that, as part of this 10%, okay, so aside from the 10%, you have 45 of those promises that are in progress, constituting 42%, and 51 remain unrated due to the lack of available information from the government on how they're proceeding with this. So if you go to the report, there are different companies. I want to pull the slides up here. Let me see if I can pull this one up. Where do I find this? Okay, so this is it. Can you guys see? No, I don't think it's visible yet. So okay, so let me see if I can. I just want to put just a portion up so that you can see what I'm talking about. Is it visible from your end? Is it clear enough? Can you guys see it?
Yep, but it'll take a very extraordinary eyeballs to be able to.
Exactly.
But yes, indeed, we can see it though.
Okay. So this is the report. Nebo is saying that.
Who's that? Who's Nebo?
Wow. Okay, so I'm coming to that shortly. I'm coming to that shortly, Emmy. So, all right. So you talk about the different areas. So let's talk about the Ministry of Public Works, for example. The Ministry of Public Works. So it says summary of the performance against 108 interventions made by President Joseph Boakai against the 100 days deliverables. So I don't know how they're saying 107 promises on the other side and they're saying 108 here. But let's go into it. Ministry of Public Works. You have roads, nine interventions have been made. And then it says the government of Liberia has commenced work on all of the major roads. Nimba, Grand Jide, Lofa, Grand Bassa, and blah, blah, blah. You need the rest. Bomi and all of those counties. So, and then you move to other areas. So there are different segments of the report. So you have for the Ministry of Transport, for example, there's a component there. You can go through the entire report here. But in summary, they are saying that the government was able to deliver on just 11 of those promises in 100 days. 11 of those promises in 100 days. When the actual promise was that they were going to do all of those things within 100 days, but they've been able to deliver on 11 of those promises. Now, let's start the conversation from here. And Emmy, is a good thing that you are asking. So the group is NEMO Partner for Democratic Development, and so what they do is that they track promises, and this is not just with this government. Just to make that clear, they track political parties. They track things from the level where those institutions are just political parties or governments in waiting. The promises that those people make during campaign, they keep track of those promises. When those
non-political?
institutions, yeah, they are non-political. They are not aligned with any political party. They're being heavily financed by our international partners, from the USA to the Swedish government and all of those international organizations that are so much concerned about democratic practices across the country. So this is Enabled for You. It's an outstanding non-profit organization in Liberia, and it's promoting good governance. So they came up with this report. I remember under President George Weah, it was even worse than this. The report was even worse. In fact, there were some of the guys at the time who criticized this organization seriously on grounds that they were being unrealistic, considering some of what they captured in their reports. They monitored from year one up to the final year of the administration. But then here we are. They are now waiting, in this case, they're now waiting for the first year to be completed, but they're going straight into the 100 days deliverables. When the president spoke of arrest, the arrest agenda, what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, and all of that, this is exactly what NABO is going into. And they are grading the government 10% after about 3 to 4 months steering the affairs of the country. I mean, where do you stand on this? Let's start with you, to Ray, since you just joined in, and then we're gonna make the rounds on this one.
Look, I mean, look, I'm all for transparency. I'm all for keeping them honest. And it's in Kupo AC 360, 100%. Look, at the end of the day, transparency and accountability and holding, a government feet to fire, especially for promises that they made, for promises they were not under any sort of, public pressure, right? They said they were going to deliver this, right? We should be able to hold you accountable for what you tell us. So next time when you telling us such a promise, we'll be able to actually try to manage our expectation, right? But look, Nelson, that's not all to it. President Joseph Numa Boakai have to come to terms with the fact that his honeymoon period, if it's not over, but it's almost to that point now with the Liberian people. It's time to start getting the job done. All right. All of these shenanigans and all of these, like lackadaisical approach to key areas. We're talking about Senator Dillon, discontent with the president now fully, declaring his assets. That in itself is a problem. It is a big deal. Because if you're trying to hold a little man accountable, then it makes that process even harder, right? Because as leader, we should be able to hold ourselves accountable. If we're going to say, okay, you do this, you do that, I should be, on the other hand, that I've satisfied all of those things that I'm asking the layman below me to do, right? Then you have certain level of leverage in having that discussion. But if you have not done those little things, then how sure are you that you're going to be successful?
No, Ray, in the midst of everything you're saying, Ray, I know you're trying to be very critical of the government and all of that, but we're talking about 100 days, Ray. Now, take for example, there's a portion in this report. There's a portion in this report. I don't know if I want to put it up again, right? The first segment of the report. No, okay. So for the sake of the folks here, let me just hang it up a bit. For the first segment of this report, you have Ministry of Public Works, you have roads. Total number of interventions made, you have 9. You have action taken. It says The government of Liberia has commenced work on all of the major roads: Nimba, Grand Jide, Lofa, Grand Bassa, Riverside, Grand Cru, Maryland, Bapolu, Nimba, that's Bombing, and Monserrado County. To where you have the status, it says in progress. And then you have under the same Ministry of Public Works, you have drainages, drainages and drainage cleaning, Central Monrovia, Sinko, Congo Town, Busher Island, Pinzio, Somalia Drive, and blah blah blah. Number of interventions made 1. And then where it has action taken, it says with funding from the World Bank and the French Development Agency, the Ministry of Public Works, through its project implementation unit, Liberia Urban Reliance Project, has commenced its drainage cleanup exercise, dubbed Quick Win. So you have in progress. So majority of those things are in progress. And then you have where you have the Ministry of Transport. Everything under the Ministry of Transport is not rated because not a single thing has been done with respect to addressing some of those issues. But again, I come back to you to read. Someone may say that maybe it's still too early. Okay, let's agree that the government made those promises. Yes, the government said we will do this, we'll do that, we'll build roads, we'll do this one. But it's just 100 days. 100 days is like just 3 months, and a little over 3 months is done. 3. Is there any reason why Liberian people should understand, at least when it comes to the level of progress the government has made with respect to these promises? Though Nebo is saying 10% now, but is there any reason for Liberian people to at least understand?
Well, I mean, Nelson, of course the Liberian understand. But at the same time, we're going to hold you accountable for what you told us. All right? I mean, was it overly ambitious for this government to actually come out and say, oh, they were going to deliver X, Y, and Z in a period of 100 days, when we all knew that this government was going to come in without a functioning budget, right? So, I mean, look, let me tell you this. Maybe we can talk, we can say it was a political, overreach, you know what I mean? Or it was a political rhetoric, whatever we want to put it. By the end of the day, we're going to hold you accountable for what you told us, all right?
Okay.
I supported this government. I supported President George, President Joseph Numa.
No. Listen. We have to stop being very careful with you, Ture. Ture,
look,
you keep saying President George. We are.
We're
saying one thing on the platform, and behind the scenes, you are doing something else.
I supported President Joseph Numa, right? And I still stand with my support. By the end of the day, Nelson, I'm not one of those guys that will say, oh, Ture, wait for 6 months. Oh, Ture, wait for 3 years. I said this and I'll say this. Look, Laser will never so close and forget to put a exit route for his tail or her tail.
Okay, thank
because
you.
At the end of the day, people are going to hold you accountable for what you tell them. And when you tell people, say you will deliver on 100 days, guess what, Nelson? We hold your feet to fire, deliver. If not, come and tell us, say, maybe it was just overly ambitious for you to have to.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Ture. Vasco, welcome to the show. Bila Soare, thanks for joining us as well. I think Francis is in the background. But I mean, let's hear from you, and then we can bring our brothers in. Where do you stand on this? In 3 months or in 100 days, this group is rating the government 10%. Is this a good start for this administration, Emmy? Given everything that was captured, 107 promises, the government was able to deliver on 11 out of 107. The government is being rated 10%. Is this a win for this administration? Is this a good start? Is there any reason for Liberian people to understand now and say, oh, okay, the government just coming here too soon, the government's still young and all of that?
Okay, so Nelson, you are talking about this group. First of all, let's give them credit. They're doing a great job doing this, holding government feet to the fire and holding it accountable for what to tell the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they are grading the government on the 100 days deliverable, not the entire 6 years. 100 days deliverable. Promises that they made that they were things they will accomplish in 100 days, and they said something about 45 in progress or something.
Yeah.
and then few being not knowing because
So
they're not seeing anything to know.
let me just give the breakdown. 107 promises made. 11 of those promises have been completed
Mhm.
100%, and you have 45 of those promises in progress. 51 remain unrated due to lack of information.
Yeah, so that's a fair rating, and I think is nobody everybody knows that the government doesn't have money to complete all of this stuff, so we all seen it. But thank God, the most talk about or most famous phrase, no car gets stuck in the mud. He at least something is being done about that. So yeah, it's important that you have these kind of people around to, because our people are party lovers and individuals, praise singers and stuff. So people like these, I mean, group like these, I mean, it's important, non-political, and there to call out every little things that the government is doing right or wrong. It's important, and I think we should embrace that, right? But to say that this is a failure for the government, like you said, no, I don't think so. Because in my opinion, I don't think that 100 days is like you said, 3 months is 6 years. But then
Now,
again, it's important to
Ture just said
also.
something. Ture just said something very important. He said these are promises that were made by the very government, then as a government in waiting, just as a political party, without being under any duress, no stress, no gun to your neck or to your head or whatever. You made those promises. Is there any reason why Liberians should understand now that okay, so the government is making progress in several counties with respect to road connectivity? Is there any reason why Liberians should at least understand? Is this a good start for this administration?
The the part that they're not communicating to the people, no, it's not a good start. The part they are doing something about it, yes, it's a good start. We all know that the government, like when they came in, even though, like my brother TV said, they don't want to, no, not to worry about Francis said, they don't want to communicate those stuff. They try, I don't know who they're trying to protect or whatever, but they keep saying the members, one keep coming, how dangerous, how bad and things they are inherited, and how this government is struggling and stuff like that. But they need to hear it from the president's mouth, right? So maybe because he's the one that everybody believes in, he's the one who everybody around the president, they might be on their own little agenda and stuff. But a lot of people believe in JMB. They all supported him from all works, all party, whatever. So for them to believe these things, really, they need to hear it from him because he
Okay.
was the one who made these promises, right? And he had a good intention when he made these promises. But what is keeping you from doing these things? Because we all know there was, you and I know. Well, let me get you out of it because you say you're a neutral person. But we all sitting here, unless the ones that want to take party to heart is rather than their country. We all know what he inherited. We all know that some of these things wasn't going to go well because I mean wasn't going to get started because of the lack of funding. So like I always say, yeah, you can make all the promises because you know that you come in when you need money, you'll do this. But once you get there and meet that caucus empty or no money to do this, you're not using rocks to do
But
this.
someone may say, if
So
you see the
that's what
money,
he
you see
wanted.
the money, then how you made the promises?
Because you know you are supposed to he like y'all all have said that he was a vice president. They know what they left when they were leaving. So I'm pretty sure he had that seen something, even though he knew he wasn't supposed to make, he was not supposed to give them that much credit. He know what he saw during the 6 years. He said it on the campaign trail, so he's supposed to know better not to
Thank you.
make these big promises that he had no idea of what he was going to meet, or he did, but he didn't know how bad it was going to be. So it was going to be good if he would keep it on a low scale, and then if you came and met him the way he expected, oh well, then maybe he could have done bigger, because even he went on top over the 100 days. But keep people hopes all that high and then not coming back to communicate with them is the problem.
But
But
again,
well,
the president spoke on the 100 days, deliverables. He spoke on it, and you remember, I mean, when the other political parties had a press conference saying that the president did not, some of what he said were not true about the deliverables and all of that. So he spoke about it. But yes, we're gonna come back to you, Emmy. Let's take
he
your
also spoke about his challenges. So I know they just only taking on what he's presented, but they never took none of them coming out here and speaking of the challenges that he also spoke about. So, but anyway, we can understand that that's Liberian politics. They only want the other person to know the bad side of it. So I'm not surprised at that. But yeah, Nelson, and I think if these people, they're the one on the ground, they know what's going on. I think it's a fair game. If this is 10, who am I to say no, it's not 10? I can't dispute that.
Thank you. Let's take Yafanda, then we take Vasco, then we take Francis and Bila.
You know, we have different views about our country, but what I want to say tonight is that this is a good start for the government.
A good start? Alfred, 10%.
Let me learn.
11 out of 100.
Let me learn. Okay, let me learn.
Let them not take
do not take me from my statement. Then now I will not be able to explain myself. Let me learn.
Because you know it's like you say your child in school, your child scores 10% in a 100% test.
I remember my statement. Nelson, this is a beautiful start. You see, if you have a future, we have to look into the future. Now, the government is rated 10%, and then he have completed 11, and then 45 is in progress. So if you add, like mathematically, if I answer the question, I may not have full percentage, 10% for that question, but I may have 5%. So
there you go, Alfred, there you go. You adding the one that in progress to it. No.
It's a trial. It's a trial. The government try.
No. Alfred, you want to be you won't confuse us with the whole thing.
No, I'm not confusing you. You are not allowing me to learn.
No, but Alfred, how can you take
Alfred?
No, I come in, Emmy. How can Alfred? You know what Alfred want to do? Alfred want to take the 11 promises and add it on the 45 promises that in progress.
He attempts.
I want to say that the government already got a good mark because for the five in progress, which means they're almost close to 8. Then we add the 11 to the 45. Then it will be what? What did Prophet Kim math say?
55, 56.
Yeah,
I'm not going
56. So he's trying to convince us into the 56 argument on in favor of the government. Is that where you're taking us, Alfred?
Yeah, but that's why I'm asking you to let me learn. Because if the government doing something, we have to congratulate the government. Trust me, this government have nothing to be compared with the past government. You and I knows. But let us look at the future too. This government will be great. I'm here to tell you, when I begin my statement, I said we have different views about this government. I'm saying how I think and how I feel about this government and what I saw on the ground when I went there. That's what I'm trying to tell you. 10% is nothing according to you, but the government try. Because according to you, I'm not saying that according to me, the government try. The government having 10% is great. I think that 1 year from now, the government will be around 50 or around 45. Because
I hope you trying to do justice to this whole thing. This thing is not about 1 year from now. It's like Alfred said, May 14. Next year by May 14. I will finish with the whole. The whole will be the roof level.
You are not listening to them.
Then May 14 reach. You're not finished with how you. Somebody come and say, Alfred, the whole way you say you're finished by May 14. I will rate you 10% because The thing is that's all to be on the hub at May 14th, it's not on it.
But you pay me fully to do the job. If you pay me completely to do the job and the job is not completed, I think you hold me responsible. But if you do not pay me fully, I will still tell you that you are the cause because I have low funding. I have low funding. So that's why you see when Amy was talking, I listened to Amy. Amy Amy support and still have regrets that the government should have done more. But still she said that the government do not have the funding. So now based upon the funding, what the government did, we congratulate the government for the little progress that the government do. So now we are looking forward that in the future the government should do more. And trust me, the 45 that is in progress before
you wanted it 45
that will be completed.
Vasco, let's hear from you. What's your take on this issue, Vasco?
Thank you, Nelson. It's good to be back. You know, some discussion, especially some topic that you will bring out here. I mean, sometimes you don't have anything to say, just skip over some of the discussion because this thing is just clear. Very simple. You came to me, you promised me. You say in 100 days, this is the things I will do. Then the 100 days not can pass. They bring your grace outside. The over 100 plus promises you made that you're going to complete in 100 days. The promise we're talking about is not something that the man say, and the man say he will complete these things during his 100 days in office. And this is what they're grading him for. So that no way anybody can spin something and say, oh, this is one of the worst failures I've ever seen for the past maybe 2 or 3 governments I have known in the first 100 days.
But Vasco, I know you support the CDC, but if you say this is the worst for the past 2-3 governments,
yeah, in the first 100 days.
No, because Vasco, on the overall, the CDC government was rated by the same group 7%.
That is the overall I've discussed.
7% on your overall performance. 7%. Vasco,
I'm discussing 100 days, and nobody can come here and argue that CDC 100 days. You can compare it with the thing we're looking at right now. Our 100 days. Maybe we can keep that topic for another time. That's why I'm trying to put an open challenge. So maybe one of these nights, you will bring us here so that the group of people can put themselves together and facing me. On this.
No. We can put you alone against the entire group.
No, I can bring my
other seditions. Go over 2 other seditions.
I'll bring my team. I got my team. I'll bring my team.
But on a very serious note, Vasco, this government in 100 days was able to get 10%. I mean, you look at what is in progress already. If you were to add it, like what our brother was saying, Mr. Yafana, if you were to add it, you add that 45 that the government already making progress on to the 11, that 56. So it means that if you're adding it, the government will have over 50%.
That is not how.
And that's the logic that Yafana was pushing.
No, Nancy, that is not how we do this identical grading system.
You made we
system looking.
According to Vasco,
this grading system is done based on what you promise that you will complete in the 100 days. Once the 100 days have come, and you cannot complete those projects, that is the grade they're giving you. We're not discussing what you didn't complete or what you left behind. We get time for those things. We're discussing what you told us that you would do. So we look at the overall grading system. You promise us 107, and you only able to
107.
Okay, you only able to do 11, so you fail. Then no one was paying. The government failed.
Okay. So I want to pin a particular comment here from the comment section.
from Mova Morris.
Mova Morris is saying to you, Vasco, If you got 7% in 6 years, how
Jesus.
many you think you got in 100 days?
2%, 2.
No, guys, let's
Listen,
listen to Vasco on this one. Vasco,
listen.
this is a question from one of our followers. He's following on YouTube. Is it? No, it's on Facebook.
Pascal, big
Let
He
me
said,
mute and listen for the answer.
if you got 7%,
Yeah.
you now as a citizen, you got 7% in 6 years.
6.
How many you think you got in 100
Because
days?
that is just a
1%.
speculation.
Eh?
That is a speculation. I cannot speak to things that
No, you have to
I'm
answer
not
the
seeing.
question. They
No,
said
no,
just
no.
a question.
How will I answer a question that I know is not factual?
And why you say it's
Whoa, Nelson, who graded them that 7%? Is it the same group that Vasco sitting here pushing?
Let's go there, find another day, and bring CDC performance. They may make great CDC. But tonight, nobody come and switch the discussion and bring what CDC did. We're discussing Joseph Walker in the United Party government, 100 days deliverable. Nancy, these people, the people believe that the manner and form these guys came to power.
You have 20 seconds, Vasco, so we move to Francis.
They stay thinking that we stay in a same move.
But is this
By
a good start?
lying, by
Is this a good
lying.
start for this administration, Vasco?
Nancy, and I want you to bring the speech the president made, a 100-day speech.
Mhm.
I want you, when you sit down in your sober reflection, go listen to what the man was saying, the president was saying. Oh, we thought the president came to tell us here, look, these are the things that we did. These are the things that we did. The president wouldn't tell you, what do we do? What do we do?
You have a future.
But we're not discussing future. You keep telling you. We're discussing what you promised us that you will do. So when you come to us now to explain to us, tell us, in my first 100 days, these are the things that we did. You can come and tell me, say, oh, we'll put it one so, oh, we'll do it one on the other side. So the men were just complete order. So the men feel they got F.
Oh, they got F.
They got F. The people feel
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Vasco. Francis, let's hear from you, Francis. You're still on this issue. 10% in 100 days.
In 100 days and 7% in 6 years. Wow.
Yeah, Nelson, for my 2 hours, since you're giving everybody 2 hours, can you put that list on? I want to see what they completed, because I know you show in progress and not available, but can you show us the 11 they completed?
The 11 they completed?
Yes, please. Just read through it quickly, the 11 that was completed.
Okay. So we go to where they completed, right? So on one of the completed, it says a reactivation of the e-Liberia for GOL, Government of Liberia, the www Liberia. It says the website has been renovated and centralized for easy access to government services. That's the first one they completed. Number 2 that was completed is a reversion of services and projects. Technical, okay, so it says technical committee instituted, LTC reintegrated a 24 weight band management system, online building system to measure and build clients for revenue generation. That one completed. So you move to the next one that's completed. It says contracts and partnership. Let me go to the other ones. The one that's seeing here that completed.
Complete fund. All that thing are completed.
Okay, so we move to the next one completed. Procurement of fire truck balance payment. Oh, fire truck, they procure sometime. They supposed to pay the balance money. It says the Liberia Airport Authority has procured a 6x6 partner fire truck. An additional fire truck has been delivered and commissioned. That one completed. To get fire truck. Another one that's completed is the LCC Board of Directors. Now, for instance,
Nelson, for crying
it was
out
That's
loud.
what you mute yourself, bro.
yeah, no, Vasco. But you know, the last one we just passed, right? The one that has to do with the LACC. Where is it? The LACC Board of Directors. That's the LCAA, the Liberia Civil Aviation Authority. They constituted that board already. Is completed. The next one that's completed is the how do you call it? Pay the outstanding scholarship for local and international students and completed the construction of 25 schools which are near completion. No, this one is not completed. This is the one that is completed. Oh, so that one, not in fact, the payment of school fees, the scholarship, student money, it says not rated. It means that no information available at all. So you move to another completed here is the reconstitute the board of commission of the National Commission on Higher Education to reduce conflict of interest on the board. Well, I think these are the completed ones.
Yeah, you can just move that. Thank you so much. For that.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, you can take it down. Wow. So that 10% rating probably was fair because a lot of those things don't carry any weight. A lot of things they put for completion doesn't carry any weight. It doesn't impact the day-to-day lives of the everyday average Liberian. So yeah, I see why they give them 10%. But one thing I want to point out there, the reason
is this a good start? Is this a good start?
No, it's not a good start. But this is a 100-day. They brought this problem on themselves by trying to talk about 100-day deliverable. They should have just kept the government running, or just talk about what they want to see. Because there's no, you can't do anything without money. After January 22nd, they approved, I think, a third of the budget, which was 43 million dollars. Yeah, that was not even enough money.
46 million.
Right, 46 million. I think a third of the national budget. That was not enough money to do anything. That could basically probably, if you wanted to pay everybody, you could probably pay everybody that arrears and keep payroll current. But it was not enough to do anything. The current budget, I don't think it just got approved. So, but that's the thing. When you talk too much, you dig yourself into a deeper hole. That was the problem. But I'll just put this out there. This government will not do worse than the last administration.
Thank you.
We can beat on this government, and we will beat on this government because we expect better.
That's right.
But it will not be worse. So we should even stop comparing this government with the last. Because that would be an insult. But let's just look at what they told us. It was a failure. I believe we discussed it even before the report came out. I gave them 40% the last time. People were laughing at me. But yes, look at how you promise to complete 100 plus things in 100 days.
800 days. Why?
Well, it's just like Oprah Winfrey gave her, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car.
Exactly.
That's what they were doing over there. No, you come and be realistic. You tell our country right now doesn't need any B show person. It needs somebody that will come and tell us what it is and what you're going to do. And President Barker, I would say he's in a unique position to tear down the whole corrupt institution in Liberia Foundation, but he doesn't seem to be doing it in the first few months. It doesn't seem that that's what he's going to do.
But do you think this rating, this survey, and everything that Nembo did, it was fair? Let's critique the work all by itself.
It is, yes, it is, and that's what those people do. They are non-political, non-partisan organizations that are funded, according to what you said, by international partners. So they are not beholden to anybody. So they will look at everything you say you do in this time frame. That's why they gave Georgia government 7% because of the 6 years. they gave them 7%. But also too, I want to go back to that. We cannot say George Weah how much he got in the first 100 days, because if you look at the average of his 6 years, that's why he got 7%. It's possible in the first 100 days he probably got 40%, but when you look at the average of the 6 years, it comes down to 7%. But let's not forget, George Weah inherited an economy that was on the rise, not what President Parker inherited, an economy that was on free fall. So that's a big difference right there. And coming from behind Eddie, he was not able to even sustain the economy that she left him. That's why even after 6 years he couldn't do anything. But we'll hope that this president will turn this thing around, because our people can't afford any mistake. You know, can't afford any mistake. But we believe that he would do better. Amen. Let's see after the first year what happened. He will do better.
Thank you very much, Francis. Bida, let's hear from you on this one.
Thank you, Nelson. Let me say hi to each and everyone. Radio, Land, TV, everything. Hi to all of the panelists. Yeah. Basically, Nemo did a report, and I think that report can be critiqued as well, because if you're doing a report, we want to look at how you collect your data, what are some of the basic survey you do, and we can do compare and contrast. It's unfortunate that we don't have their report in line with the government report, so we can do some basic and compare and contrasting to know what are some of the things they say in that report. It is true in line with the government own. But I want us to acknowledge and establish that for the fact that NEMO will come up with that report, you want to acknowledge a few things before you do report in certain things. We understand there was a promise made in election time, and other those business promises should be something that the government should achieve or should, hold on to. Yes, but you have to look at some things before you come out with a conclusion. And there's an argument Alfred was bringing, but I think it was a little bit funny and somehow. But we have to take into consideration, like I talked about yesterday, some of the data you collect to grade progress and what is completed, it is the issue, right? So if you look at some of the progress the government makes in various sectors, like the report said, it gave the government a good mark in terms of achievement. Achievement, what I read the definition of achievement here the last time. Achievement does not only restricted to completions. Let's get these things clear. But in the sense of NEMO, it should be completed fine. That is their own part of reporting. But I'm concerned about the data and some of the business facts around their report that which I'm a little bit
how the data, the information, all of that is what you're concerned about.
Yeah. I'm not disputing the fact that their report is not tangible, it's not credible, right? Because I know the number over the past on the bank, bringing the report out to critique government effort in ensuring that government, make some progress in some of the various sectors that they promise about. But I'm concerned about the data, how those data were collected and how they came out to giving 30% to certain sectors. And
were you concerned back then when they were doing that?
What's it that?
Were you concerned about how they were getting these data back then?
Yeah, in the various sectors. Yeah. That's my concern. How they came out to giving some so percent in certain area, and how they came out to give 30% to the basis of education. And I'm concerned about that because if you look at the government report, there are certain percentage that they might be giving in relation to role, it might be contrary to theirs. So what yesterday they used to grade people certain sectors, how do they come up to the data of understanding that this completion of this is not completed? So we put that. Don't forget to know that NEMO will come up with a report that says this role is not completed, and you're going to see in the government report that is completed and this is something that we have achieved. So that's my little bit concern. But it's a good thing to critique government. What are NEMO and other institutions we know in Liberia there? I think is a good proceeding. You can critique government so as to get them improving on some of those things.
Okay, so thanks a lot. Yeah, I know you want to come in, but Eric Denter wrote something very important here. He says the survey is incomplete. No information or not rated doesn't mean no activity was carried out or done. The researcher should not calculate any percentage of something they have no full information of. Now, but okay, Vasco, I saw you wanted to say something.
I wanted to say something. You know, every time I listen to Francis talking about the economy, how the CDC government level very bad economy than what they said. If so, you know, this is a big platform, and that's what the people come out with the thing. You got to correct them. You got to correct them. CDC didn't leave a bad economy. We did extremely well. Go and read it. They even predicted that even this 2024, things are even, the economy even going to get more better.
Vasco, you need to stop making statements like that, bro. For real.
Wait, hold on 1 second, Ture. Let me just, I want to come back.
So guys, let's do this. Vasco,
challenge me. Let me say something.
Let him finish.
Vasco, you think that the CDC did not leave a bad economy? The CDC inherited a worse economy and they left a better economy for JMB administration. Is that what you... Okay, so what informs that statement? I mean, how can you convince us?
Okay, so when you check the World Bank, the website,
the World Bank website, I'm going there. What should I look for there?
I can about send in the chat room, sir.
No, but on the website,
the which year? Can we can browse it from quickly?
We're talking about 2023. They say article.
Okay.
No, don't get angry, Vasco. Just take your time with the guys. Just
but you see, when we come here, thank you, Nancy, for allowing me. Because the next time we come here, people should be saying it. Okay, I can read right here to tell you where are we now when it comes to the overall view of the economy.
Do you can we answer?
No, guys, can you give Vasco his time?
No, I want to ask a question. Can we also go back to 2017 when CDC were coming in where we were?
I can read right here, and you go there, you will not see no different thing besides what I'll be reading here. It's a very long something, but I'll just read a short one here.
Nelson,
to tell you what we left.
Since we doing 2023, can we also go back to 2017 when they were coming in? What they met there?
Thank you. Now you guys now should be the one. I'm telling you that we left a better economy for the Unity Party.
Okay, guys, you know what? We have to go.
No, but that's it. He came out. He came at me. Let me respond to him.
This is what we're going to do. Everyone is going to have 2 minutes each to respond to whatever and do your closing everything. 2 minutes each.
Okay, well, nothing. So let me just do my closing and stuff with my 2 minutes. But I have a question for you, Nelson. Quickly, I know you in Liberia, been there throughout. What was the price of rice when the Judge Rat took over in 2017? I mean 2018, after he won the election. What was the price of rice?
So rice was 25 kg rice, around $13.
$13. Okay, what was the price of rice when after?
But again, Francis, realistically, the price of rice have always increased. It has never
Nelson, please answer my question. Nelson, let me do my closing. Vasco, I was throwing rock just to not interrupt you. So please,
Vasco, please don't interrupt Francis.
$13.
Francis needs to enjoy his 2 minutes. So Francis, go ahead.
So what was it in 2023?
Oh, you giving me some your time?
Yeah.
Yes, the number. That's all.
Was it around $17?
The time I'm taking to live is also part of the time. So
$17, correct? Around 17, because I remember Spoon got a deal for $16.50 when they bought that rice to distribute to people. So it was a little over $17.
No, it's not $17 in the market. It's about $19 in the market. So
at that time when Spoon, so okay, let us go with 17. Me, I'm not intelligent like Vasco. I'm not smart like him. But he can read World Bank. Me, I can read World Bank. But if something was $13 when you came in office and you left it around 17, it's not better. Okay? That's just one instance there. So when you want to come and talk about you met $13 and you gave the people $17 when you left. So you did nothing better.
So Emmy, you can take one from here for a while. Yeah.
So that's why he talking about he wants to debate people. Who you got debate? You ain't got Sinn Féin. That's the problem. Because you got Sinn Féin, who will win you? You win everybody. When we speak facts, you just kind of go all over the place and nobody can win. So you will win because of superpower. You got draft. Why you say the truth or not, you don't care if it's true or not. So nobody will debate you on that stuff. Because it will not be a good debate. But however, our people in Liberia, we say this every single day. We will come here, President Barker, he will hold you accountable. Nelson mentioned previously about President Barker asset declaration. I say President Barker is worse than George Weah on the asset declaration because George Weah, at least, he knew he was going to stock his asset. That's why he didn't declare until after he built his houses and his condominium. But President Barker was the one that said he won't clean hand. He will declare and he will publish it, but he has declared he hasn't published it. So in my book, he's worse than George Weah when it comes to asset declaration. And what is he hiding? Is he trying to stock his asset too before he can make it public? I'm just asking. And we should all be critical of that, regardless of if we supported President Weah or President Barker. When we start criticizing George Weah on asset declaration and not criticizing Joseph Barker on it, that's why our country will be the same way. It will be the same way. He's supposed to be a legacy president. President Barker will come in here and destroy the whole foundation and start rebuilding it. Even if the country struggles, because you can't do everything. If you think you're going to come in here and try to do spider and do everything, like our brother Dolo said, was $13 on a George Weah regime back went to $20. So we all know George Weah left a crappy economy. But I'm going to come here and appeal to everybody. Let's hold this government accountable because this is the last bus stop. This is the last bus stop. We'll never elect another old president again in our country history. And I hope it will never happen. But this president supposed to come in like a grumpy old man and just say, I'm destroying everything and will rebuild the fabric of our nation. But if he doesn't do it, I swear to God, Liberia will never go anywhere. And we will not allow him to go to his third after a year in peace if he don't start destroying a lot of these bad policies in the country. There are certain things he can do with the stroke of a pen and cancel a lot of the crap that Josh Weah left. We'll put him there because the George Weah are not good. Why he got money after anything? Why he got money after anything? He's not doing anything to move these bad people that were there. You see, in the 4 times all the papier, he know what he's talking about. He know what he's talking about. Show us what you talk about. Not know what you're talking about. Show us. But we'll give you time. 1 year.
Thank you.
To get himself straight.
Yeah, Fano, you want to go? Oh, Vasco, you want to go? I see you pushing a button. Go ahead, Mr. Fano.
Okay, so
wait.
You see, Francis, if you say Joseph Barker have declared, but he do not public, I think you and I have already know what Joseph Barker have. So if you,
no, I don't.
No. You were talking. I do not interrupt you. So let me learn. That's why I hold my peace until you make your statement. Okay. So he have a right to declare. I think he is not responsible to public. It depends on whosoever have a right to public it. He have already declared. According to my thought. Number 2, you see, we have to really be thinking about this country. We forget about the party. We start blaming people. We try to do something for this country. I have not been online, but friends said you are doing great. You're trying to do something for our country, but be positive with the same country. If even you're giving me something, but you are not positive of me doing good, I think you don't have my future. Try to be positive about this country, because at the end of the day, they say only country will have. Talking and doing, they are two different things. You are not a president. I'm not a president. The president knows what he is going through. So, and I'll remain with my statement, and I will continue to say this is a good start for the government, for the 10% that the government had, and then the 45% that is in progress. It's a good start. And some people, they are saying things because they are angry. They're seeing the government doing good. So they think that when this government succeed, they are going to be in the mud. So now they're trying to criticize the government. And no matter what they do, JMB will do great. JMB will continue to do good. So all we have to do, we have to know what we will do for our country. It's not only about what our country doing for us. We have to stop talking. We start doing something for this one country that we have. We can criticize everybody. We have free will. We have a freedom of speech. Brothers and sisters, we can just speak how we want to speak, but we have to take actions. So let us take the love of this nation. We take it number one in our heart and try to implement and try to do something, because the country is going bad. I've been in the country this come April. I know what is happening in that country. Police, soldiers, and whosoever in the country, they are not even getting paid. But do you think the president will go and take his own money and support them? The president do not even have money. There's a country that do not even have money. The country
The
has
president get money. The president get money.
You gave him money?
You gave him money?
You see, the country have no budget, and with all that, the president is trying. Let us support him. Let us make him happy to do more. When somebody give you $1, don't say thank you for the late thing you gave me. That you're in America here, when somebody say thank you for the late thing you gave me, you get paid up. That why you say the late thing you gave me, you say the big thing. But then the little one George goes up like that day, let us appreciate him. According to me, it's a good start, and I pray that the country will be great, and even greater than we can imagine. Liberia will be better again. Francis, stop saying bad about my country, I beg you.
Amen. Yeah, me too. I get nervous about that. Go ahead. Now see.
So look.
No, that's real. Go on.
Okay.
So look, at the end of the day, Jay-Z saying one of his elusive lyrics that he got 99 problem.
Don't go the other one.
But blah 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 is not one of them. But let me tell you this: I got 99 problem, but being a hypocrite is not one of them. I sat on this platform and were criticizing President George Manawia for everything he did, and I'm not gonna come here to try to, gather some flimsy reservation for Uncle JMB. I'm not doing it. At the end of the day, if you know better, you do better, right? There are certain expectations that we can hold. We held President George Manawia to. Obviously, with JMB, it's above, right? A statesman who served government for over 40 years, educated, knows exactly his way around things, have done a lot, know a thing or two because he have seen a thing or two, right? You hold that kind of person to a different standard. No disrespect to President George Manawia, but JMB knows better. He's supposed to do better. Wisdom for years. So at the end of the day, if we want to hold people accountable, let's try to hold ourselves accountable first. That will make the whole process easier for us to tell people, look, man, do this. Because everybody, they say when you point your hands, what? Another something they're pointing back at you. So when you try to be strong, as a security officer, make sure you don't be the primary guy who always abusing and violating the laws. So Uncle Joe need to not only declare his assets, but you need to demand that his assets be declared. And Francis, look, I totally agree with you, or maybe I probably disagree with you. But when he declares his assets, yes, he can declare his assets though. But publishing his assets he has to give the call on that, right? Whatever agency you send it to, after declaring it and send it to that agency, whatever that agency is, to declare to the public has to be James B's call. He need to tell the people, okay, I want it public.
That's Alfred you disagree with.
Or else, okay, you're right. Thank you. Or else it will just be there. Anybody who call that agency, have the president declare assets? Yeah, the president declares assets, but it was not made public. Okay, so what do you have to hire? A man who have lived in the same house.
But do you know if he called, they do not public it? Have you confirmed that?
Bro, it is not public. Okay, that is enough for me to know that he has not given that go ahead. The fact that is not public, that right there, I don't even need to call GMB to say, did you call the pool, or when you're submitting your assets, did you tell them to publish it? If GMB would have told them to publish it, guess what? That thing would have been out. Okay, so at the end of the day, let's try to hold people accountable. When people tell something like, if he had a contractor, they may tell you, my man, I'll pay your horse for 3 days. And I may not pay you for 3 days. Guess what? I'll be accountable. Because I'm not going to be out of my house for more than 3 days. You told me you were paying for 3 days. So at the end of the day,
I gave to it 20 seconds from my time.
Thank you, Nelson. Thank you, Nelson. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for us to foster the labor that we all wish to see, we have to start holding these people accountable, even when the people that we love dearly. We have to hold them accountable, because it's only that will be able to realize the labor that we all wishes to have. All right? I love GMB. I'm not going to come here and try to bad mouth or anything like that. But even the best of us sometimes can have a little bit of shortcomings, you know what I mean, in life. And only us that love them, that will tell them the truth. Because if we try to hide beyond that, because I love them, man, I can't tell him the truth, then we'll try to subject him to the same thing that happened to President John Maynard we are. They will all become, our followers instead of actually mustering the courage and be leader ourselves to stand up to authority in getting things done. We don't want no favor. We in the States, we don't want no favor. But even if I'm in Liberia, I'll definitely not want to have any have reservation to voice my opinion, fear of me being sort of like put on a wayside for opportunity. Because if we try to say, because we're not going to open our mouth to say on something, fear of us being sort of like deny opportunities, then Liberia will not move forward. And that's what I see in the country. So let's talk, especially young people. Young people, we need to be the calling card for the transformation of Liberia. And I will be the first person to start the march to holding people accountable. Thank you very much. Nancy, I appreciate it. 20 seconds, brother.
That wasn't 20 seconds. That was 2 minutes extra. So I hope everybody else got 2 minutes extra. Go ahead. And he better not be crying for he gotta go. Whoever next, who's that? Vasco, go ahead.
Thank you guys. It's a great show. So like the last time I came here and I said something that you guys are beating on me. If you go to that report and look at the things that this organization even graded the president 10%, then the organization said, I think they get small problem.
Oh.
Seriously.
There's all getting 50.
No, but they may even forming or having a lot of advisors and all the small committees and this and that. Those things they play no key role. They have any impact in the life of the ordinary people. So you cannot grade government for those kind of things. So I said, I think they like him a little bit. That's why they gave him 10%. But last night I came here, I said 0. They may have achieved anything in 100 days. Nothing.
They are not sedition, Vasco. They are non-political. Under sedition can see anything that is going on.
But even you yourself, what the army, that thing, what a grade the president for. You understand this? You understand some of the things they're grading for? The grade gave 10%.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put
establishing a board for the other entity that have nothing, no impact on the level of the ordinary people.
I don't think, Vasco, I'll give you a minute back, but I don't think those things that they were naming that he has accomplished, meant that he had impact in people. Like they said, those are things that he promised that he was going to do. So let's get it right.
No, but no. That one, I will take the president's side. The president never promised all those things.
Oh.
He didn't promise all I wanted green for.
Behind you.
The president never promised all those things that are green for. Because maybe they just
Vasco, what's in the cup? What's in the cup, Vasco?
I got all of that cup. That's going to there.
That's it. Oh, no, that be frank now. You guys bring anything up? I was promising all I go set a board. Let's say put the board members and thing together.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I only knew about no car I'll be honest.
No, he never promised all that. So that's my point.
I didn't hear it either, Vasco. I'll be honest with that.
Thank you. So they shouldn't grade for it.
But your achievement do not depend on what you promise.
What you achieve?
No, but this thing is about promises too. Alfred, this thing is about promises.
Yeah,
so not just as an achievement. No,
the grading system should be about promise. So everything what the president saying and what our Nemo grading for, it was not part of his promises to us. Go back and read it good, and then y'all come back and argue on it. That what I said, he scored 0, nothing. Everything he told us that he was going to do, he never completed nothing. And that is the reason why he scored 0.
No. The people didn't say the president scored 0.
Yeah, but Nancy,
Vasco, why are my 0 coming from?
My 0 coming from the public.
From President Weata,
the ordinary people, the people that are feeling the pinch. Now, me and friends and I said, "You spoon, lay that show. Go and walk in the city, walk everywhere. Listen to the crowd of the people. Everything I tell worse. Everything where we left it. Just a few months ago, it have turned terrible. And that is now something that I'm making up. Everything. Who you can sit down and tell me now the things that our people really need? This government is even thinking about improving it. Every policy the government came our way, it been a failed policy. Failed. They put they said they were in, dropping the price of rest. Go and see how much for it. Dropping gas on the price. Go and see how much for it. So these are the things we should be talking. We're not talking about forming a bowl and this and that. The ordinary people that move around in the streets. Where are they today? How their condition look? And this is not only a situation. There's even the people who stood under the rain and the sun to vote for the United Party, they're even feeding them more. Because they don't want to talk at that level going to get so better than with the situation. For me, nothing about the government will help me because I knew that the government would be a big failure. I knew. They say you can look at people's lives. People who you think that you want to bring to take care of you. Look at their life. What they did for themselves. What are some of their achievements before you can bring them to take care of you? And that's what I'm looking at right now.
Thank you, Vasco.
This
you
is
done,
it.
right? All right.
Thank you, Amri.
Bila.
Well, thank you. I think it's a good show. That's always been a fruitful conversation over the time. The only reason you see sometimes the transgression, or let's say the transition in terms of criticism as related to business administration, it is young people are cautious when they criticize government. I mean, I want to be very careful as to how I come up with certain criticism. You cannot be complete in your criticism against certain sectors and not looking at the fact. Then people will question your judgment. People will question your articulation. People will question your independences as related to business things. So that is why some of us can be very careful as to how we say certain things on certain sectors or certain issues. We understand that there's no room for excuse because the Boaka administration will put on the business to change some of these things. I don't want to believe that somebody should come there to say, "Oh, come on, we should get excuse," or even compare Bwaka with George Weah. You comparing dead and don't in real life. Nobody would do that comparison. But what I want to say to the government is that, you see, one of the things that undermines government function, it is when you see people responding to one another in governing. And I saw that it's got time. We talk about asset recovery. You get one deputy minister for technical service at the level of the information ministry come out to critique or wanting to send caveat to another ministry for coming out to give a credible report. The man said, out of 575 have declared their asset. What is the big deal about that for somebody to say, oh, you should not be saying these things? You undermining government, making the government look like they are not serious about fighting government. No, let's be serious in that country, especially young people.
Seriously.
I'm listening to Donald Trump. I was like, but what is happening to some of these guys? So for somebody to come, somebody who has authority, not just a local man in that ministry, who is the head of that institution, coming to get a credible information about how people are being very lackadaisical, especially young people, not wanting to come declare their assets. You see that as undermining government. Let's be serious in that country. For that country to make progress, we must be honest to ourselves in government. We must be sincere to the people we serve. So at the end of the day, we're gonna get the kind of a result we have to get. We understand people come out with zest, people come out with personal curiosity. We understand people have personal motive as to how they want to be new in the public or in the media. But that's the game of Liberian politics. We will not come there to say the government is not doing nothing. Absolutely. We have not even been part of those that would say government have not done anything, especially maybe the CDC, what we didn't have that. They were governing in the past. That is not good thing the CDC did. But you weren't doing what the people expected you to do. So at the end of the day, you were clear out of the way. And that is the Bwaka administration. We want to say to President Bwaka, like I said the last time, you have to take charge. Taking charge is by taking some various actions against those that wanting to not believe that it's setting at the way and pleasure of you. Because if your government be smooth and progressive, your lieutenants, people who serving at the way and pleasure of you, should be able to do the necessary thing that amplified your armament as a leader. A leader is somebody who take actions in some of these various allegations and other stuff that happen.
Is someone at your door, Bila?
Nobody that much describing me, bro. I mean, you're the back, no LEC in your country.
So
basically, to conclude on this note, I think we had a new breed of Liberia. For the fact that to really we support a government and come and say this government need to do this out of conscience, we are getting somewhere. We will not and never be like the weird chains. But those on the stock tree that ate the cow head and not see anything in relation to government being bad in certain sectors. We'll be here to speak to the people, speak for the people, and speak on behalf of the people. Thank you very much.
So sorry. So sorry. He's saying Vasco ate cow head. What are you saying?
Well, yeah, the brother has been. I think you used certain words. I think he was.
BB book there can bring on the people's show.
He used something very unique word in relation to.
It is very monotonous, Pastor.
The unity pineapple.
That book thing is very monotonous.
Vasco use monotonous on everybody. Then he's saying that somebody is speaking BB book.
No,
but you know,
that one walk and use, but you go by Rikia. That's more a baby water ball you see a Jenna. I think Teresa coming down, baby water ball that you see a Jenna.
Are you man?
Let's see what the put in English, see what English people can get up.
So we have free education.
No, that's Teresa cool down. But you know what?
The brother got to take out our shades of that, but you always talk my day.
You see, let me pin a comment. Thank you very much, Tommy Jr. Let me pin a comment before I say the thing I want to say. You see they beat us sorry ball. They ball a few days ago. He was in Liberia on a scene show. He was talking. The criminal here are in for us like that. He said, shut him up. Wait,
He said, shut him up, man.
Go to bed.
Doing weird
He
out.
That few, I mean, few weeks ago on the show, the man go
Yeah,
America
doing a
and
campaign.
say, it acted. Oh my God.
He said, I gotta go. The criminal and telling me to be quiet. He's like, you in your own house? He said, man, living in here.
That the improvement job we are left.
Like, what?
I remember vividly, man.
Yeah,
The guy instructed
Those guys was sedition. Let me tell you, those guys was sedition. We did our investigation. At the end of the day, those guys was sedition. Reaction, there was sedition too. They were very.
You appreciate JB Masters.
He has the energy to tell me that I'm in darkness. You see? Oh God.
No, but my own has nothing to do with darkness. Do everything centered around security, but my own has nothing to do with darkness. But now you. Yeah.
No, on a serious note, we're celebrating Unification Day today. Not Unification Day in Liberia. It was enacted in 1960 by an act of the legislature. A day to unite, a day that was set aside to unite the indigenous Liberians and that of the quote-unquote American Liberians to see ourselves as one people, not American Liberian and the other pink Liberian, blue Liberian, black Liberian, all the kind of stuff. But it's been 64 years. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe my math is not too correct. But it's been 64 years. Are we united? Or are we just about to celebrate another May for the old Unification Day?
Miracle and not miracle again.
Are we united as a people? Are we making
starting a new show after we close?
I know, but I'm close too. Or you starting a new show?
No, I just want us to zero in on this one. Maybe the folks out there want to weigh in their thoughts as well. Maybe we can take just few calls after this, and then we close. Finally, are we united? Maybe we can take one minute.
Closing, Nelson.
Yeah, and Emmy, you do your closing. You know you are host.
Your host
backstage. You know you will close the show, Emmy. You are certainly going to close the show. But are we united? In fact, did former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf do well at uniting this country? Did President Weah do well at uniting the country? President Barker now, is he doing well when it comes to uniting the country? Even we, the citizens, the young people who preach the politics that are involved, are we united? Are we playing our part? This Unification Day we're about to observe again. Is it worth celebrating? Let's start with Francis, and then we can just make the round table. Emmy will be the last person to close. We'll take maybe a few calls.
Unification Day is always worth celebrating. One thing I would tell everybody: when Liberians, we are peace-loving people. We don't like trouble. As a group, there are few elements among us that always want to divide us. But in general, Liberian, outside of politics, we are united. There will always, a healthy debate is good. A healthy debate is good, but we are united. We are united people. I can tell you, with all the tribalism that happened during the war, and now look at the election, people talk here and there, but go in soccer field, go to the attire shop, go to church, go to the mosque, go to schools. We're not as divided as we think we are when we look at the platform. There are 5 million people in Liberia. A little small segment of the population speak the loudest. But our own money are on that farm are trying to provide for their family. This and all. They don't care for all the extra stuff. They just wait election time. They vote on how they feel at that time. Our people are united. So I think it's worth celebrating because we have to even put more emphasis on unification. They educate our people on what it means, so that after election, we all focus on the current government, hold them accountable as our united front. It'll be because it's very important for the progress of our nation. So I think it's something that worth celebrating.
You got it, Ture.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah. So look, obviously, we know very well you cannot put tap on unity. Obviously, is a thing that is forever evolving. We go through periods where we become like adversaries, if you will, doing political time. And then after the dust settles, obviously we have to look at the bigger picture, which is the country. And I think we at that point. I mean, even though we got a few people like my man Vasco, then, but they'll come along gradually. It's a gradual process because you know what I mean. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Election defeat stay fresh in Vasco their minds. They thought there were going to be a second goal for President George. For President George Manuel Weah. But but Vasco, I know you're a sports guy, so you take something from your, from the field of sports, right? You win some, you lose some, huh? And then you go back, you prepare to come back for next time. Strategize, right? Look at some of your shortcomings and then use that to come back. But at this time right now, what you should be focused on is the republic, right? How can we all come together, right, to foster unity? Because when united we stand, divided we fall, right? So it's based on that premise that we have to come together as one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, and we can only obtain that through peace. Okay. Peaceful, assembly, if you will. So yeah, unification is one of those holidays that obviously I welcome. I appreciate a lot because know very well we are very, very we are a diverse country with diverse ethnic group and different cultural orientation. So we use that unification there, everybody going on about hut, and then we enjoy the day, If I'm in La bro right now, I'm telling you, man, I'll be swinging around, bro.
Swinging what? Okay.
Look, don't.
That's good. Be that go ahead.
Thank you very much. The National Unification Day in Liberia is a very unique thing. I think it was legislated in the 90s, in the 1960s, if I stand to be correct. Basically to unify our country, right? 1960, right? Yeah, thank you. Basically to unify our country, but the primary goal of it has not been achieved.
Hey, sorry, I had to give a shout to my best friend. Sorry, go ahead.
For some reason, I don't know. That is it. One of the factors, the key factor that make us to now be united in Liberia, for some reason, and in some time, it is this politics. And I'm told that there's a celebration going to be different from other celebration. This year's celebration, which will be celebrated more unique. But one of the things I want to see, which I think should be part of the list, is for the government official or people, because it is in the purview of the government to celebrate it the way in which they want to celebrate it. I want to see the likes of President George Manuel Weah on that program. I want to see the likes of other folks from other bases, political party, as to enhancing, making their followers believe that they are not at war. They weren't at war. They were only, they have to preach the politics. I think political differences should not be, because mostly followers misconstrue the issue about, politics on different aspects. People go local high. So they are coming together on that program maybe today in Liberia. It's going to speak a lot of things. It's going to speak volume to the kind of a unification that we need. And I want to believe that the president might be in turn before that celebration. There should be a lot done beyond the scene to get basic political parties, actors there, and other programs as well to enhance the kind of a unification that we need. But I think it's a good thing. We should keep doing it. The primary goal of it must always be achieved. Yes, that's my thought on the holiday.
I agree with that. Good.
Cool there, me.
No, Mr. Yafana.
Alfred.
Yafana. African, you on mute?
You muted. You muted.
The man body lost.
You can hear me now, right? Vasco.
Vasco had a blindfold on your eye. We know that a calamity you want to bring here today.
Vasco, my body now lost. You see, Liberia have so many holidays, but just for the name and nothing happening. So Liberia is a country that have so many holidays, more than even America that we are living in. But then all these holidays just to be observed. Children not going to school, people just go and enjoy themselves. Every time Liberia have something to do. But at the end of the day, just for the name, National Unification Day is a beautiful day, but we have to be united. If we are not united, we are united by our mouth, but our actions are bitter. We are wasting time. Now is a time we have to look at this country and forget about the party. And forget about the party, Mr. Vasco. We look at this country because we cannot call ourselves the same country and then we divided among ourselves. The nation that divided among itself will never rise, will never stand, because brothers are fighting against brothers. But when we are united, we will stand up together and see the future. According to me, National Unification Day is a day to celebrate, but it's not all about celebration. It's not only celebration. Let us be united. Let us be in one accord. Let us be in peace and forget about everything and take the country first. Thank you.
So if Vasco asks you to join his party, CDC, in the spirit of unity, we are all Liberians.
You see, one thing I observe about Nelson, he can create a condition, then he will leave the fight, then he go.
No. Now you're talking about unity. We are all one. We are one people. CDC, Unity Party, we won, right? So
yeah, but then I want you to understand at this moment, we prioritizing the president we have. Now, Joseph Walker is our president. You like him or not, he is our president. Our goal is to support him to be successful. No, nothing we can do until 6 years from now, like it or not, he is our president. So we just have to support him. So Vasco can't tell me anything to join CDC. I'm not a United Partition neither. I'm not a citizen. I have nothing to lose. I do not vote. You and so many of us on this land do not even vote. Liberian people make their decision. But all I want is a peace. It's a unity of the country.
After election, you're right, Yafana. Don't pay nothing no more. Okay. Politics are you on the run. Go ahead, Vasco.
Yeah, I mean, Unification Day should be a very good day in Liberia to bring Liberians together. But are we united? No, we are not. Are we trying to fix it? No, we are even making it worse. And you see, the president of this country, he bear the greatest responsibility. When we talk, people will say, oh, but man, a party thing won't bring it. Look, I can remember when Manasari took office, she knew that the country was divided. What she did, she extended all the branch of President Weah. At the time, he was now, President Weah took position in early government, although he wasn't there for a very long time. But she was trying her best to put the country together. And the Sunni friends can always say, the president will have it right now. this president is in a position to face plenty things in Liberia because he's not thinking about that he want to go and run again. But the action from this president is even dividing the country more. Imagine coming to power and just getting rid of Liberian, taking it from the job. People going to offices, 30 people on the job site. You walk in the street, you just breaking down people's places. You expect those people to be happy? No, that's the reality. He gotta face it. The former president, we are built a launch at the airport. Come in, former president in your own country. You told people to lock the place. Why are you doing this for? To create more division? So you see what's happening in Liberia is like they get a Republic or CDC and they get the Republic or United Party. The sedition, they are folded, they just, they are not happy. They forget about the election.
Thank you, Vasco.
Election
Everybody
finished,
had one
you already won the election. Your next year is to put the country together. How do you do that? Why are you taking people from job? We are king now.
Thank you, Vasco.
Let me end like this. One President we are king. He never told one single someone from job. Even he included people to work. He even some top people in the United Party, they maintain their position. That's how it should be. So what our president can rethink and stop allowing the young guys around.
So Nelson, I'm going to do mine on this topic and come back and do my closing. Because I haven't done my closing yet.
You didn't want for me to end. You already
ended. I told you, I've been telling you, think we got to go to the phone line. And I still haven't had somebody there. You don't let to listen. Then when somebody you say they want to be picking on you. That's not right.
Okay, I don't know. Go ahead.
So you want us to go to the phone lines now, and then we'll come back?
No, I have to have why you keep sidelining me? That wasn't me. Then why don't I just go home and go do my thing?
You are the
everybody close. You didn't allow me to close. You brought a new topic. Then you don't want me to talk again. For what? Yeah, I'm just here the beauty of the show.
Let me go ahead, folks in the comment section. Our audience, we want to go to the phone lines, but Amy says she wants to do a.
Yeah, audience looking at what you're doing. They've been watching. They're not something, so you can't turn it against.
Please go ahead, Amy.
Belly, Ami, go ahead.
Yeah. So Unification Day. Oh my God. This is my first time hearing about it, by the way. And don't judge me. Don't come here without your something. This is my first time hearing about such holiday in Liberia. And it's a good thing, right? That we shoot and
Vasco just texted me. He said the reason why you just hearing about it is because you were 2 years old when you left Liberia. That's what Vasco sent me.
That's the people need to call, right?
That she was serious with the politics. She know nothing about Liberia.
Vasco, I'm advocating for my people. I'm not politicking. I'm here to check the wrongs. That has been something. But anyways, Nelson, like I was saying, this is my first time hearing it, but it's a good thing. That it's something that they come after, like 3 to 4 months after election and stuff like that. I know it was meant for, you said, miracle Liberians, and I don't know what that means, and non-miracle Liberians to unite and stuff like that. But now, and you asked a question, if the country is united now, was it united under President Salif, Weah, and Barkai? I wasn't paying much attention during President Salif's time. But I know that Weah time was the most divisive time that Liberians have ever had because the people of Vasco. They talk about unification for us to be sober. He come here spilling lies on this platform, talking about president just come and taking people from office, taking their jobs from them, and taking and doing this and doing that. And these are some of the problems that we have in the country. And like many have already said, we need to love our countries and put their party hat. And this is what I hate to say when people, and I hate to listen when people say that Liberia will never become this, never become this. It hurt my soul so bad because I know try and error. It may not be, we may support GNB today. God forbid. We don't wish for that, right? But if he doesn't do the right thing, the next time we vote for the next person. Try and error till we get it right, like every other country has already done, right? But after the election, you have to put the country first. It's not about party and this person is my this, it's my that. So I have to come here and come defend and come here and come do this. Nobody is getting put out of job. The country voted for change. Change has to be done. Right, wrong thing were being done. Ghost list, people that are not working, that they don't know, being put on payroll, and they're trying to clean the payroll. No physical person is being taken out of jobs. Okay, no physical whatsoever. And we said we want our students to be the Rwanda, and we want our students, everybody always comparing Ghana and this and that. How do you think they did it? When a sidewalk that's supposed to be for a human being to walk on has turned into a market ground, that the human have to be walking in front of the cars. If that car loses control, that human is being cleared and killed. And they're telling the people that are using the sidewalk as a market ground to go into the market and let the pedestrian access the sidewalk, which it was meant for, to be used. And you come here lying to the people. They're clearing everybody. They're taking food from people because they're telling them to leave the street. These are some of the things that we're facing in our country, and we need serious fast and prayer because of people like these that will come and just manipulate the people's minds. Innocent people that don't know any better, that don't know what's really going on, or the news. They listen to people like Vasco and they say, oh, that's what the president doing and something. And that's what we are here to checkmate them. If the United Party person comes in and spill lies and we know the truth, we will do the same thing to them. So these days of unification days are very, very important. That we put the party thing aside, put one president and say, oh, the president built something. They come in, they stop. No, people. They have an executive and they have a presidential suite. George Weah is no longer our president. He's still a VIP, whatever, VIP presence. He cannot still be coming and be using presidential suite while the president now is using. Why when he was president, Madam Celis will use VIP and President Weah use presidential. What is so different that when George Weah leaves the presidency, he cannot use VIP that Madam Celis was doing for JMB to be the one to use the presidency. When JMB leaves, whoever comes in, the cycle continues. Then you come in here lying to our people on a unification day to manipulate that mind, to get the sedition right up. This is what these people like you are the one who created Republic of CDC and Republic of United Party. And it's sad and it's disgraceful, and we need to cut it out. And preach Liberia after the election. Election is over. We're talking about unification that you cannot even leave politics out of it. Propaganda out of it. It's sad. And this is what Nelson, this day is very, very important. And it a lot of awareness, like my brother had already said. President Weah needs to get everybody together, despite the people like Vasco them, spilling politics everywhere. They need to get people together. And let these, and I'm pretty sure President Weah is not like these people. They are the ones, some of them are the ones doing their own thing. They are the ones doing their own thing. Some of the things they're doing, going hurting people like fire thing, and some of them manipulating because they want to make government look bad. They clean the street, they will still come and put dirt in the street because they don't want the government to look better than them. These things have got to stop. Fight, do whatever you want to do, and get ready. If you feel that like Liberian people only have United Party and CDC there to choose from, if you want to come back 2029, do that. But please, let the country develop. Let the country move forward. Let the people live a better life. We will hold President Weah like the same way I saw and held President Weah accountable and campaign against him. I will do the same against JMB. If at the end of the 6 year, I still see my people looking like the way they've been for the last 6 years, and they still being there. And we need to unify Liberia for Liberians, not just a party on party line. No, it's really, really hard for we that sit up here and look at people. They're great America that everybody want to compare. Oh, America. America after the election. Yeah, they may not until Trump came on the scene. It was after the election is the United States of America. Nobody care about that or something. Let somebody go ahead in the building in America right now and see how America comes together to be united and forget about the party thing. So I'd rather pray and I will continue to pray. I know I'm not the best spiritual whatever person, but I know God will listen to someone else. I always pray to have that kind of Liberia and our people minds to be clear and free and love that country instead of political party or special human being that they think is better than themselves. That person should be doing good, but they should be on the ground doing dirt pool, but singing muya muya and holding them. I rather
You
wish
can
to see
pray.
that.
Somebody say you can pray. Somebody say you can pray, but Vasco is a spiritual fireman.
Yeah, I'll
So
pray for
I
him
don't know. I
too.
don't know what it means by spirit.
You always bring your calamity. That's why.
you
Yes,
know,
really very
folks,
powerful.
the folks in the comment section are very interesting. Somebody said you can pray, but Vasco is a spiritual fireman.
Yeah, man. It's just
You
too the
know,
old unification going to Tabata.
let's go to the
It's
phone
just
lines.
sad.
Let's go to the phone lines.
You're bringing the poor houses in the country. Then what kind of unification?
Let's go to the phone lines and take some calls. You can call us
You're
on WhatsApp. Call us on WhatsApp.
bringing the people houses. They will know.
It needs prayer, my
Let's go.
brother. You can do all that you want. You still need God and everything. I know some people don't believe in God or prayer, but some of us do. So we believe that prayers are needed. You may not believe it, but I believe it. Let's just leave
Okay,
it as that.
so let's take few calls down for our folks out there. Folks, call the WhatsApp number that's being on the screen, and you can make your contribution to the discussion tonight. This is the late night show. You don't mind me in the background. Let's take our first call here. Hello, you're live.
Yeah, Nelson, hello.
Yeah, hello. Your name and where you call from, please.
This is Professor calling from Houston, Texas.
Okay.
I listened to this guy, Vasco,
Mm-hmm.
talking about JMB didn't do anything in 100 days. In the first place, the promise JMB made was in the first 100 days, the road, those model roads that John Greer created will be accessible to vehicles. He never said he would pave the road in 100 days. And besides, how much money did your president live in comfort? How much money did he live there? Because if JMB had gone somewhere else to get money from there and pave the road, they would say, how you got the money again? So the people are just hard to be satisfied. Institutions, we know them.
Thank you.
Because they didn't do anything in the 6 years, they don't want any other government to succeed. But one thing I know, they will be surprised. Right now, my hometown Lofa, cars are moving there like jet plane. Let me tell you.
Thank you.
And the agency will not do anything to the road. Let me just let them know, okay?
Thank you very much for your.
What he said he will do.
Thank you very much
Thank
for your input. Let's take this person. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you call from. Hello. 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 Hello.
Hey, Nelson, how you doing?
Oh yeah, Mr. Kokoya, it's good to have you on the show. Oh. Hello.
Yeah, Nelson, I think we have having some connection issue. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, sir. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Wow.
All right, can't come in clear because this connection is it's kind of in and out. So
okay.
But one of the things that anyway, my name Harry.
Wow. It seems to be a serious issue with your connection.
Oh, I'm wrong with there is nothing wrong with opposition, right? But in this crucial moment in our history here.
Wow. There's a little bit of issue with your
Connection. The sitting administration on substance. I wouldn't get mad with my brother Vasco, but we just need to focus on the substance and
wow.
He's trying to make a good point, but his phone not allowing him.
The person, every time I come in, I see a lot of issues, and it took us, a long time to fix these. So we have to work together. You can.
Oh, too bad.
Yes,
yeah,
probably call back.
Yeah, he's in Liberia now, and his internet is.
Hello,
you're live. Your name and where you call from?
Well, my name is Zico T. Johnson II, and I call from Australia. And I want to use the time to firstly appreciate everyone that's on the platform right now. And I had a comment, but that comment was Liberia problem doesn't require prayer right now. And I was speaking in the direction where every time we African, we shift everything on God to be responsible when there are things which are physical that can be solved practically. So my contribution to the show, Liberia, we can make Liberia better until the government take on the responsibility to institute or prioritize education, agriculture, and focus more on infrastructure that will attract investors to go to Liberia. While doing those things and prioritize, most importantly, setting precedent on people who carry on corruption, Liberia would now move to a level.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your input. Let's take another person here. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you come from?
Yes, my name is Omar Msila. I joined you from Manila, Philippines.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, first day I would like to thank all of my brothers and sisters in studio, and also many Liberians following the show today. The issue that I have to do with unification this in Liberia is because I've been in Liberia, I just left Liberia last year, November, after we lost the election, and yes, I decided to leave because I was getting pressure. But the issue is doing unification in Liberia. It's not hard to do on the party line. I believe that we are Liberian. When it's come to political issue, we discuss our political issue. But when it's come to unification, we discuss what unites other people. But this government came in power with the mindset of dividing the country. And that is what they are doing. President, we are in the power and they don't take anybody from jobs. Liberia remain as a job. They never downsize any serious seven. Everyone was there, were able to work. Even other people on the list. What I was expecting from Mr. Barker when he came to power, needed people to join and make sure that those are in feet. That I knew was not only payroll, as you claim. We know that I knew what they were taking from them because there were other people they wanted to put there. So, in the spirit of unity, so we can be able to have the good Liberia. But tomorrow, unification is in Liberia. I'm telling you the point.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. You weren't working there. You don't want to know.
Thank you very much, sir. So let's see. We'll take the last two calls and then we close for tonight. It's always good to afford our.
I ain't do my closing, yo.
I mean, you closed, man. I mean, you.
No, I ain't close. So everybody close. I ain't close. Don't do me that way.
Hello.
Hey, Nelson.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you're alive. Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, Tommy Jr. Thanks for the discussion tonight. Thanks to all of our wonderful panelists. Just 2 quick points. I agree with Francis on the Unification Day. I think we as Liberians, generally we are united. There's so many things that unite us. I think the only thing that we are not united on is our politics. We are united on our food, our culture, everything else. Primarily of the things that unite us is our vision for our country. Every single Liberian, regardless of CDC, UP, wants to see the country prosper. What we are divided on is who we want to lead that charge. And it's funny that Vasco disagreed with Francis, but then basically just made a point. I think Francis was saying that the only thing that don't unite us is politics, and Vasco basically just explained that. But anyways, secondly, the last thing I want to talk about is the 100 days deliverables. The reality of it is it's difficult for any new government to accomplish anything in their 100 days. We get that. But that doesn't provide slack for this new government. You know, nobody had a gun to the head. Nobody forced them to over promise and under deliver. I think in order for us to move forward as a nation, we have to hold our leaders accountable. And the last thing I'm going to say on that is this. The UP government did not need to overpromise to win the election. They would have won the election regardless. I think be honest with the people, and the people will support you. Two things can be right. You can support a government and still hold them accountable. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for your input, sir. And we will take the last call for tonight, and then we're off for the night. Because I'm gradually okay. So, but I think we can go now. Yeah, we have to go, folks. So, Emmy did her closing. Everyone did theirs, and it's been a great show. Should I do my closing?
Who close? Nelson, you trying to try me, eh?
But Emmy, you did a closing.
You trying to try me?
You spoke for 10 minutes. Vasco sat
Really?
down into you.
You give me people want me let it to speak.
So let's squeeze in this final call. Let's
okay.
Okay.
I ain't got problem. I'll go.
But I mean, you trying to hijack the whole thing. Oh. Vasco, you see what people can do when they in power now, right? Vasco,
please don't get that ball started. I know that ball, that man. Vasco, you're a boy, you're a man.
Vasco is a man.
Oh, the youth or you're adult? In like broken, you're the old man and is a youth president.
So, but guys, it's been a great show, man. And we look forward to yeah. Vasco is a big man. You know what I mean? To us saying for president, we are condominium. I mean, come to think about
it. You're only president, your supporters, and my only president, our supporter will sit down, will lecture, will not eat together, will not something.
Okay, no, let's squeeze in this final call. Hello, quickly, please go ahead quickly.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, live.
Yes. My name is Anna. I'm calling from Mesa, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, guys, school. Liberia is extremely dirty. They need to clear up the sidewalk. You all need to have a place for the market people to go. How do you expect for tourists, for people to come to that country and see decent sidewalk? It's disgraceful. The motorcycle people cannot even drive. Do they even go for driver training? Oh my God, I watched a YouTube video and I see they're just driving just everywhere, cutting in and out of traffic. No line, no kind of rules, no street sign, nothing, no traffic sign. Mm-hmm. You guys need to be talking about. It is time. This is too disgraceful. I belong to no political party in Europe. I came from the family. My father is a late Gabriel J. Fangalo. He served his country and he died in 1998 in his sleep because the way Liberia is or the way it was.
Wow.
I remember my father used to talk about Liberia in the 70s, the part of the 80s. Come on, people. This is disgraceful. We have all trouble. We live abroad. We see this European, this American, even the Asian. Go to Singapore today. Come on. Talk to you guys, politicians. Let us start stealing from the country.
Thank you.
5 million people.
Thank you, man.
5 million people. And we cannot even strive. Liberia should be a paradise in Africa. I need to hear that phrase. Little America. Little America. Mm-hmm. What is that today? It's toilet pool. Like what Donald Trump said, shit pool.
Oh no, you thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Who's the boo-boo, Nelsie?
Thank you.
I mean, backing out.
You want to go to Donald Trump way now?
I'm backing it because I'm not talking about Liberia. She's not talking about political party.
Guys, we have
to cutting off.
Guys,
we're
we're
talking about Liberia.
Let's
She's not
close
talking
the
about
show
any
back.
party, something.
I want to say thanks to everyone tonight for being here. Thank you, Vasco.
Zero.
Thank you to our brother Vasco Smo. We appreciate you. Thank you to our brother Alfred Yafanda. Mr. Yafanda, thanks for being here after a long time and making to Liberia. And I saw the man for the first time. You know, the man is very huge, though. He's very, very huge. The man is 6'4". Yeah. But Alfred, thanks for being here. Bida Soiree, the man who the criminal told to shut up in his own bed. Yeah, the criminal said, "Shut up! Why you disturbing us doing our hustle?" And yeah, man, I appreciate you, Francis Java. Look, Francis is the first to log on, man. Always, Francis is always here. You know,
Always.
yeah,
See, I'll be
Francis.
the one here. Tomorrow, I'll be the last to.
Amy, for the most part, not always.
Okay, yeah.
The two times you can't.
I know. Francis, just leave Nelson. I got something for him.
Yeah, man. So, Emmy, thanks for being here tonight. We appreciate you.
So he stopped me from doing my closing number one. He's me. That's fine. Let's go.
Yeah. Emmy, we can always do the closing, and
we can, always do no closing. Let's go.
Yeah, the folks here are proud of you, and we look forward to being here tomorrow to have a great show. Until then, have a good night, guys. Let's hope we can be here tomorrow.
Good night, y'all.
In the comments section,
Celebrate Unification Day in unity.
Lane Lapo, Evan Clark. We appreciate all of you for being here tonight. Lorena Gator, thanks for being here. Miss Blessing, we appreciate you.
We gotta talk about it. Disorganized as a recording.
Thank you, Lorena. Thank you, Miss Blessing. Thank you.
So that's something to look at. We'll certainly talk about that.
Listening. Thank you, Edwin.
Discussing last night. Where are you, Vasco?
Kona. Mark.
Today you are absent.
Epco Cassie.
Everything I've been telling you on the show is coming to pass.
Gabriel.
I told you.
Gabriel.
Okay, guys.
Marcia.
We look forward to being here again.
Eric
Until then, good night, guys. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Good night, Lusty.